Hello, y'all. It's me again, Josh Poet 777, coming back at you, aka Josh Leesburg, with another poem. And this one is about a police officer. And here we go. She laced up her boots and put on her belt, put on her badge, and in front of the car she knelt. Placing her hands on the car, she began to pray. No weapon formed against me, Father. Keep me safe and show me the way. Her first call of the day was a suicidal man. She'd dealt with this kind of call before, but this man had a plan. If any cop were to show up at his door, he would end his life there, and they would find him on the floor. On the way, she began to pray, to open his eyes and drive those suicidal demons away. Upon her arrival, the man was in a state. His eyes weren't normal, and she noticed his weird walking gait. The voice she heard, she knew in an instant this man was possessed in a state of subsistence. She knew right then there was no time to waste. She exercised her authority and in Jesus' name commanded the devil out post haste. The man dropped the gun and began to cry out, convulsing and writhing and shaking throughout. But the man came around to his former senses, realized his need, and forsook all his pretenses. He got to his knees and cried out to God, "Forgive me of my sin and relieve me of my facade." The ambulance arrived to check on the man, but no longer was he suicidal. He even forgot his plan. Leaving the scene, she got another call. Shots fired were reported, and it was around City Hall. With blue lights on, she sped to the scene. Several people were screaming, but she had to intervene. The man she observed was waving his gun around. She told him to drop it and get on the ground. Backup had arrived with guns already drawn. A crisis averted as he gave up and went face down on the lawn. A domestic dispute was called out this time. A husband had struck his wife and committed a crime. She arrived at the house and observed the distraught wife. The husband was pacing, walking around with a knife. The woman was crouched away from her spouse, some blood on her chin and some on her blouse. With her gun drawn on the man, she commanded him to drop the knife. This whole situation wasn't worth the man losing his life, but he didn't listen and began toward his wife. Shots rang out, and she had saved her life. Police officers are here as God's ministers for good, so don't break the law, but do as you should. For they do not bear their sword in vain, but do what is right, and from evil refrain. Realize the blue are only doing their jobs to help keep you safe and not just put people behind bars. Finally understanding that these officers are people too. I work this job, and I back the blue. And I actually used to be a corrections officer, but no more. But I still back the blue. I love you all. Have a blessed day.